Hey everyone, this is an encouraging word from Steve Harness at First Baptist Church of Winter Haven, Florida. And our encouraging word for this week is coming from John chapter 5. John chapter 5, we'll be looking at verses 30 and verse 36. And this is Jesus speaking, and he says, "I can do nothing on my own. As I hear, I judge, and my judgment is just, because I seek not my own will, but the will of him who sent me." And then in verse 36, Jesus says, "For the works that the Father has given me to accomplish, those are the very works I am doing." And what Jesus is saying is very simple, that other people's expectations of him and even his own desires are filtered through what the Father wanted him to do. Wow, what an unbelievable message for you and me. The filter in our life concerning what we do must be God's will. God's will, what people think we should be doing, what their expectations are of our lives, must come through this filter as we ask the question, is this what God wants me to do? You know, people pleasing is very, very precarious. If the focus of your life is just keeping people happy, ultimately you're going to have a lot of people upset at you. Because as you please one person, you displease another person. And how do you resolve all of that? By sending it all through the filter of what God wants from my life and saying, as Jesus did, I only do that which God wants me to do. I don't do anything on my own, based upon my own desires or other people's desires of me. A little statement that oftentimes I say as I'm preaching, if I please God, it doesn't matter who I displease. But if I displease God, it doesn't matter who I please. A couple of things as it relates to filtering everything through that filter concerning what God wants us to do in our lives. It doesn't mean we don't consider other people's opinion and their desires, because the fact of the matter is none of us know perfectly all the time exactly what God wants us to do. And the fact is we can allow others to help us to discern God's will for our lives. And so we need to listen to other people, and we need to hear what they are saying and consider what their needs are. But nevertheless, when it all comes down to it, we simplify our life by saying, what is it that God wants me to do? Another thing that I think that this passage is saying to us is this. There are times that we have to say no to people in order to say yes to God. If we say yes to some people and their expectations for us, we're going to be saying no to God. And so it's okay to say no, as long as you understand and you realize that you're saying no for the right reasons. You're saying no in order that you can do what God wants you to do. And if that's the case, if there are expectations coming your way and people want you to do certain things and you're being pulled one direction or the other, well, you really just need to get down and pray and ask God, what is it that you desire of my life? And then we can say, I think as Jesus is saying, that I only do that which pleases the Father. The work that God gave me to do, that's what I'm focused on doing. Well, I hope that will encourage you for this week as each of us strive to please God. And once again, if I please God, doesn't matter who I displease. But if I displease God, doesn't matter who I please. Have a great week. God bless you.